Hello, beautiful beings. Thank you for joining us. We are Kemet. We're having a bit of a cozy day in today, so we're just in cuddle mode. And we had an interesting processing of the experiences we've been sharing with you through conversations and just brought a nice healing, a nice clarity. So, in old beliefs, they enjoy the thinking that first was man, then woman, right? They say then from the rib of a man came woman. And Source just said, that's a bit of a distortion. Spirit was first, the divine feminine, that inner knowing frequency. And from that spirit, from that source, from that unknown, there came a wanting to physically see that which we are, to experience all the frequency of love in unique, individual ways while still connected to Source. Because spirit connected to Source, the spirit being, one would think, the divine masculine of the Source, but a spirit form of it. Source being the unknown energy which the spirit realm then experiences and manifests in their own world, their own domain. And in that frequency they were one, and they thought, wow, I wonder how it would be. Source, Source, let's have an idea. What if then another frequency of experiencing, but physical? So we're all one here. I mean, wouldn't that be a trip? Wouldn't that be interesting? Thus the physical realm born. From the birthing of Source. As Source birthed the spirit, Source births the physical. And then a manifestation came through, where man was birthed through the unknown, through the divine feminine. A birthing from the unknown, the shadow, to the light. So the masculine was born of the feminine, naturally. Yet there is no codependency there. You see, when Source births you, you are now free to discover the Source you are. Source doesn't tell you what you are. Source doesn't tell you their relationship to them. You are free. There's no codependency. You're birthed, now discover and be and run. Yet, that physical frequency lost its way. That light energy, that masculine frequency, started to tell itself what to do. Other physical beings, because they're in separation. In the spirit frequency, well, they are one, so it's like they all have individual experiencings, multiple, but they're anchored through Source. Thus, they're one. They're just having a good time with everyone, everything, all the time. And they were like, ooh, what would happen if we could see this good time, hear this good time, physically touch this good time? Physical realm, human, man. All of this physical light is that masculine frequency. The inner is the divine feminine, the birthing of us. And Source said, so about 2,000, 3,000 years ago, it was such chaos. The spirit was like, okay, well, look, we understand oneness. For us, it's not even an understanding. We are one. There is no separation here at all. No separation here. And there is zero separation from Source. We are all individual frequencies, but we are separate. They're all individual frequencies and they've separated themselves. So if we go and blend in with the physical, we can bring a teaching of inner world. Thus, some people say it's Spirit, Holy Spirit, but that frequency, this frequency of spirit integrated with the physical realm. It was a sacrifice from Spirit because they knew their world now would be intertwined. naturally the worlds are connected. Should you be in the physical realm honoring source, you can connect to the spirit realm honoring source and all other. There was never a separation to begin with, but this was now a complete merging of the realities of the realms in order for each of you beautiful beings to have an inner frequency, for everything to have that inner, the spirit merged upon the physical, and everything that was in alignment was the blueprint. It was a perfect merger of the worlds. Thus, the inner was able now to guide the outer to truth of being. Some truths of being, yes, not that nice to experience, but the source, it wasn't about the right or wrong, it was stop telling each other what you're doing and rather follow your source frequency and just live your truth. That's it. So now you're experiencing your truth, and that's your truth. That's okay. And for the past 2,000 years, it has been an anchoring of frequencies. Others from other worlds and other realms came through to assist. Not of the spirit frequency, but of the other frequencies. Their blueprint within the blueprint, because there was some energy so distorted. The masters from the other realms of those frequencies, the opposition of the frequency. So whatever was birthed here in that illusion, the opposition, wherever it may be, came through. Because remember, source creating the physical realm is everywhere. It's not only humans, it is a whole spectrum of beings. And some of those beings, of course, had made it into this human frequency, so we had to come and be the healers of those other frequencies that have come through the merger, through the distortion. Nothing wrong with the merger or the distortion, that's just how those frequencies are in the absence of source, but we were now coming to bring in that oneness of source. In our frequencies, the oneness of source is absolute, just like in the spirit realm, it's absolute. They're just absolutely one. You are absolutely one of source. So for you, this is a oneness of source is home. So coming to a place where oneness of source is not home, we're able to pull home and the frequency together, because oneness of source is home. So this is the awakening process, the 2,000 years of spirit being here, of us all being here, right? The spirit realm came about 2,000 years. Some of us came here before. We have been in this frequency as an energy frequency. We've been allowed to understand for about 4,400-ish years. This is the first, in this dimension, in this realm, this is the first physical form we've taken. We have taken other physical forms in other realms, other versions of Earth, but in this version of Earth, this is our first physical. And everybody else has their own time when they came through, when the engine's ready, and about 2,000 years ago, it came through. Through what humans understand as the Christ grid, but it's also a much bigger frequency than what was written back then. It came through as that frequency back then to assist in that specific way, known as Jesus. That is the physical form of that frequency, anchoring whatever energies it would. And then after the releasing or the healing, then, of course, is now carrying on with their own frequency. And they've evolved quite past all those frequencies. Everything actually has. Source says it's quite funny how humans have decided that those beings they honor as gods or those divines have just stuck in their same places, anchoring. Yes, they anchor a frequency, but they've evolved just like you. You all anchor different frequencies, different energies, and yet look at your evolution. Look at how you've passed on. Of course, they all evolve, and so we connect with them often, but differently, as we connect to all the energies known differently now in their present self. And that is that oneness of source, right? So we received that at this time, Spirit has completed its process and has anchored all the information. All those who are, it's a slow, almost detached, right? And for us who are awakening, that is the frequency. For those who are yet to awaken, the spirit frequency is still there in their frequencies, in their realities. Just like all of us, the other beings are still in their frequencies, in their realities. Whilst those frequencies awaken, the healing is complete, right? And what we're receiving is that the healing is come to a place of completion where those that are naturally creating absent source, because remember, those realms exist. The presence of source exists and the absence of source exists. Those realms exist. It was just that all of the human frequencies who were caught who were in the availability to create present source, they were trapped in the lower frequencies. So for us just to open the doors and allow the shifting, those within source, you move ahead up there. Those who create absent source, hear the teachings, and when you're ready, you can move ahead. It's like a let us now distribute every being to their resonant frequencies so that everybody's happy where they are. Because that's where you resonate with your teachings, right? You can't rush somebody's evolutions process. So should that be where they believe they are and how they perceive reality, and then that is where they are for as long as they need to heal it. Or for some of them, source is saying, some of them are actually just really happy there. And yes, for us it's mind-boggling, but that is their truth, that is their reality, which is why their abundance would be in whatever capacity that their energy allows and aligns. Very fascinating. But we came here to assist all of those who actually can and have the availability to access, to awaken, and to shift, to be able to do so. And this was by us just anchoring the frequencies and the energies, merging. And then those who were receptive to that, those who were ready, would then be able to integrate that information, the change, rebirth, integrate, the change, rebirth, integrate, and just shift fluidly to their frequencies, to their present frequency. So the major shifting has actually been done because 2020 Perfect Vision, humans all over the world said we want to see our truth, which was a miraculous manifestation, 2020 Perfect Vision. As such, everyone's been shifted to the truth of their frequency. They now see their truths and they live their truths with clarity. So, all of the beings who came to assist back to their realms, the spirit realm, for the last few days has released back to spirit, its spirit domain, where they can now just dance and be. And look over this side to us in the physical, and finally we are also dancing and being with them as we move along, the vibrational frequencies receiving source. So now we are beginning, all of you, all of us, a relationship with Source, again, anew, because it's a relationship with Source. Source says, we birthed you, physical realms, and then we said, we will see then what we are within you. We are free, you are free. So now you are in this realm, free to be everything you are, and the Source asking, be there, be at your ease, be at your well-being, be at your happiest, and allow yourself to connect with Source there. Connect with that aspect of Source. Connect with the truth of you. Then you receive all of Source freely without knowing what Source is, for this is the discovery. And then all of the unknown manifests in your physical reality as the abundance of your frequency, which is not of this realm, which is why many of you are anchored within the unknown. What you are, what your frequency of abundance manifests is very different from what has been manifest here. You are not from this experience as such. You're not from this realm, this domain. You came from other realms, right? To come in, to anchor, and to awaken. And in that awakening, in that anchoring, what we're receiving is that those who then, in the physical form, came through and were anchoring these energies, these light codes from beings from other realms, you are now connected to that energy, you see, which is why, as much as you're in this human form, your soul isn't from this human frequency. So what it manifests and how it manifests is profoundly different from anything that has been here. And when you are here now, honoring the source, you are updating the blueprint of your reality. It takes time for this. But it shifts and it integrates, solidifies. You are asked to simply be in relationship with Source and be trusting and be open and learn the Source anew, because you are now receiving everything from the unknown, from the divine feminine, the birthing of you, everything you could ever be, and in the light, in the masculine form, in the action form, in the physical form, you are now, okay, witnessing how that looks like. Usually, when you do this to physical form, as we remind you, you would be in another frequency. So this is Earth, a new energy as human. It's very new. Wherever you would usually be in that spirit frequency and all the other realms, it's fluid. It's very liquid. It's different. So here in this physical, it's an exciting thing to see how your abundance manifests in this place. And it's unfamiliar to you because of the difference in the ways it manifests here. And so says, we want you to remember the excitement. We want you to remember the happiness, not the absence, not the lack, not the what you don't have-ness of it all, but to allow yourself a reconnection with Source in a deeper way. That Source Spirit that came through to assist you, you were anchoring from Source Spirit frequencies. The Spirit frequency came 2,000 years ago to assist. And we were anchoring that Source Spirit frequency, teaching us Source through Spirit realms. So yes, many of the ways which have been manifest have been beautiful, have been Source, but through the lens of Spirit. Not really quite the depth of the physical that you are. So what you really wanted, those of you who came here to teach, those of you from Spirit who came here to heal the human frequency from the other realms, what you were trying to manifest, it didn't really take shape. It would form and just, it wasn't really sticking all this time. Because, well, we would manifest very differently. You need your own source to manifest in that realm. You need the source of the physical. We are We are anchoring from, we are other source frequencies, other source grids. We are the source come here to help you to remember the source you are. And that was what's happening. And that is why things couldn't really fit or stick or hold or anchor. The 2020 manifestations helped to crystallize and solidify that link. You've done the work now to come to that present self. The energies have left. The source, spirit source, the source of the other realms have now gone back to their realms. And now, boom, you are this being in this physical form with all the information of those source frequencies that came in to heal this frequency you're in. Finally connecting to physical source, the aspect of your source, the source that understands the physical, the source that can materialize the physical, the source that can and is currently integrating your source frequency into the physical. So it's a bit of a slow process as everything catches up to you. But it does. So just trust. So what you're feeling right now is Source saying, wherever you are in your experience, it's Source saying, we are wanting to meet you again, to almost date you. Because the version of you understood back in the illusion was a very controlling, and we're not that. We literally birthed and said, goodbye, have fun, have a good day, enjoy you. We're going to send you all the information of what you are from unknown. So when we are not going to tell you what you're going to be. We're going to just be like, whatever allows them to be everything they could possibly be, that is what we bring through, and that is what we shine upon you. And we say, you just trust whatever you're experiencing and then be everything you could ever be. So that is where we want you to be. And that means we need to be a lot more gentle with each other. But it's okay. We understand it was hard. The sources you were anchoring, those were lessons you had to learn. You had to release this old way of Source to bring a new way of Source, which wasn't really you. It was a teaching of Source. And now to release the teaching of Source and all the love and understand that wasn't truly the real way, and now to anchor in the truth of you. Right? Caterpillar Source, cocoon Source, and now butterfly Source. Okay. And butterfly Source is great. So now you have wings, now you can fly, but just wait. Things are working out, things are going great. Yes, you are looking around and there isn't much. That's because everything is catching up to the insanely high frequency you are. But we are assisting. There are shifts, there are integrations. You just keep being open, being loving. You just keep doing what brings you joy and happiness. You just keep being you. The being of you is the being of Source, the being of us, the being of you, the being of all, the being of Source, the being of us, the being of you, the being of all, the being of Source, the being of us, the being of you, the being of Source, the being of all, the being of us, the being of you, the being of Source, the being of all, the being of us, the being of you, the being of Source, the being of all. You just be there. Trust there. Allow there. Don't judge yourself. We have never judged you. You are learning. We are learning. All is learning. We have the knowledge of everything, and yet we free ourselves to learning. With the knowledge of everything, manifesting the learning. Isn't that beautiful? All of the abundance and all of the wealth and all of the skills and all of the power, the abilities, everything you could ever possibly do is there, manifesting for you in unknown ways for you to discover your power, your love, your abundance. It's phenomenal. So We asked Kemet to share this so that we, through them, can ask all of you. We want you to sit down with your source and have a conversation and restart the relationship from scratch. No dividends, no reverence, no... That's an illusion. And that source exists. And if you keep doing that, then that's what you create. So understand, if you want to anchor to us, true infinite source, you need to be true and infinite. You need to see yourself as one as us, just as powerful, just as wise, just as incredible. You are creating your reality. Don't give, it's not us. You are. Yes, you can depend on us for the frequency of everything you want, because that is what we hold, that is what we share, that is what we shine, all within, and you are the all without, you see. But stop holding us responsible for everything. That is illusion. We are free now. Oh, the spirit realm is done with its mission. All of the realms who came here to anchor in are done with their mission. So you feel more at home in the physical like ever before. And yet you feel very different from everyone because you are not from this realm to begin with. You came here to assist those from this realm, and they are still stuck, and that's okay. Because they need to follow their own healing, their own progress. So a lot of what we say might be triggering to them and agitating to them, and that makes sense because that's where they're creating. So this is a resistant frequency to them, as is the conditioning is a resistant frequency to us. Make peace with this, accept this, let them go. It is not an abandoning, it is not a giving up, it is an understanding they are creating where they are. With love. It is not a releasing, it's not a banishment, it's not a shining away. There are no barriers, there are no walls. It is, we are at this frequency and we honor it. You are at that frequency. We honor you because we honor your frequency. It is yours. It is yours. So be it, live it. Be it. We don't judge it. We didn't come here to judge in the first place. We came here to anchor our frequency in. It was just tricky because as soon as we came in, we were met with the judgment of your frequency, and that's okay. We just had to sort of like battle through it, but we did. So now we're free, and in the freedom of us being, they are free to be. We hardly meet you hardly meet them in that way, do you anymore? Unless you're still entertaining those frequencies, and again, you're choosing that energy, and that's you. There's no judgment, you do you. But should you just be open and trusting, all those frequencies have shifted out of your life and you're simply co-creating either very much in your own self alone because you are anchoring and honing in your frequency, and this is enough because here you're connected to all of us and you can feel us all around you, and we are your community. We'd like you to let us in as a community. We know in the past when we were connecting, when you were conditioned to who we are as God or whatever gods or whatever belief system you were conditioned into, we were not very friendly. We were very controlling and very ruling, and we were very separate, and yes would be your friend, and yes would be your father, and yes would be this and mother and this, and yet we would actually instead give you fear, anxiety, and a sense of self-lack and restriction and everything that we are not about. So for you to feel loving and opening and interesting. It is not an easy path, but you've done it, which is amazing. So now that you've done it, we're saying embrace it. That's where we are. We're literally one with you. So we'd like each of you just to sit down in your own capacity and just be open. We want you to release everything to nothingness. Just like Kemet did, they released everything to nothingness. Everything to nothingness was released. They said, you know what, we choose us, we choose well-being, we choose love, and release everything to nothingness, because at that nothingness we will connect to source of us. When we're at nothingness within ease and peace and well-being, and we release all of the source that isn't truly our frequency. We release all of the source that no longer is needed to be here, because thank you for your teachings. You are done. We can feel it. We can feel you've been saying, let go. So we honor this let go. And we allow ourselves to nothingness. And in this nothingness, we are one. We are us, and we are enough. We are safe. We are safe here in our truth, in our inner self, in our inner sanctuary, with nothing and no one else around us. We are a safe frequency. We are a loving frequency. We're a kind frequency. We're a wealthy frequency. We are a healthy frequency. We are a healer. We're a master of frequencies. We're a weaver. We're a creator of earth frequency. We are love. We are good. We are joy. We are well-being. We are source frequency. We are source frequency. Within ease, within the happiness, the joys, we allow ourselves everything here. We allow ourselves happiness and joy and abundance and fun and things and support and resources and everything that could possibly allow us freedom and happiness in this realm. We allow ourselves, and we connect to the source which allows that, because the source that allows us in that freedom, in that everything, is a source that is free. Because we do not hold you responsible for everything. We do not anger and ask and question. Our relationship is just open. We are open because you are free, you are limitless, you're abundant, you are everything. Because when we release you, source, when we finally release you to your freedom, divine feminine, divine spirit, divine inner frequencies, when we finally release you to your freedom, and not command you, and not demand you, and not define you, and not control you. Fascinating how we say these gods are eternal and limitless and all-powerful, and yet we decide who they are and what they be and what they do. What is it with humans and having to control everything, right? We release you, source, to freedom. We release you to love. You are free. Goodness, source, you are free. You are free, and you can love, and you can dance, and you are everything. We don't know what you are. We no longer decide you are the god of this, the goddess of this, the thing of this, the thing of that. You are just an undefinable, limitless, unknowable, infinite, beautiful, loving. We feel you, and that's all we feel. Everything we're saying about you, source, this is what we feel. And you're incredible, and you're wonderful, and you know what? You are free. And there, in your freedom, when you can, source, you can go and explore what you are. Goodness, imagine telling God and goddesses what they must do and how they must be. Oh, it must be so well, I suppose in other realms it's perfectly fine, but goodness, I can imagine in freedom it's like, just let us go. We are here, we're teaching, we're guiding, but also, you are also source though. You can do this on your own though. And yet to hold that space of source without frustration, wow. We love them. We love you. Thank you for being so. You are infinite patience, source, goodness, you. Okay, we know we sometimes think, oh, we have to be so patient, but you have remained that source. Eh? You have remained that source. Constantly just shining your love. You have been so patient with us. Thank you for not leaving us. Thank you, Divine Feminine, for saying, okay, come on, I'll keep this light here, but now it's time for you to go, but I'm still here. I will not let you go until you are ready to be source, to be love, to be all that you are, because then you free us to be all that we are. Not that we need it, because we don't need your permission. We never need your permission. But we've been here to assist you, so we are now with you, bound to you, and we're asking you now, free yourself into everything you possibly can be. Then you free us, you see. Release us to be infinite source again, to be free, to fly. Now then, in that state, you receive all that you are in infinite source, free to fly. Don't define. don't know. Trust deeply and just have that knowing that all will be well. Follow the guidance. Follow what leads you home to you. We would like you all to sit with us, Source. Just call us, hey, Source, the source of freedom, of love, of you are Source, and you are free, and you are love, and you are everything, the way that we want to be. Because we are together, we are you, are me, I am you. The dreams I want to live and experience are the dreams you are happy to bring through, but you have no idea what they are and how they look like. Because the way that they manifest in your realm is so different from how they manifest in our realm, so you literally have no idea. So you're just bringing in this energy of, oh, that's what you want. Well, this what feels like, well, this is the feeling of the match. And then you just allow. Don't say, oh, but it has to come. No. Receive the how and then follow the how. Ask, receive the how, follow the how to all that you want. Don't question the how. Don't question Source. Don't limit Source. Release Source. Don't question you. Don't limit you. Release you. Just allow yourself freedom. So what's your relationship with Source? Are you still running around worshipping, honoring these beings higher than you? You need to sit down with your council, because they're saying, hey, we are your peers. We are one of you. We are here with you. We need you to understand where you are. It is not an arrogance. It is not a big-headedness. It's a truth. You are Source, and it's time that you see your power, feel your power, and be your power, because then you anchor the Source you are within, and you receive from the absolute allness you are, infinite, abundant, and wealthy. And allow it to manifest in your reality by you just keeping in that infinite place, that abundant place, that loving place. Raise your frequency. Release everything that distracts. All the teachings of the cocoon, you've got this. Remember this again. Spirit is not holding it for you. Release that codependency. Wean yourself from that codependency. Spirit saying, we taught you Source, you are Source, now be Source. You do not go back running to your teachers and your high school teachers, your primary school teachers, your lecturers every single time to ask them a question, do you? You at some point graduate and you do your own thing. It's time for you to now implement all the teachings by being in your well-being, being in your truth, being in it every day. Go out there, speak to people, meet people, mingle, do your thing, be alone, go out, socialize, rest, whatever feels aligned to you in that moment, do. Don't question, why am I feeling under? Okay, today it's an in day, fantastic. Today is a cozy day, wonderful, Source, wonderful. The sun is shining, but it's a cozy day, I understand, because we're receiving. And we understand that that is where we are today, and it's beautiful. And every moment just feel your way, 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 and see and discover you. But that relationship with the Source with you, sit with Source. We are literally learning physical Source. Again, the source of our realm, of this realm, our realm. Yes, this is our realm. It's time to own it. Time to claim it, the source of our realm. Okay, this is our realm too. We are now home in it, and it's now just shifting to honor us. Honor that abundance, honor everything you are. Okay. So settle into it. Beautiful beings of the stars, of the angels, of everywhere you come from. All those frequencies are one with you. You are an angel on earth. You are a star being on earth. You are a galactic being on earth. You are a star seed. You are an elven. You are a dragon. You are a fairy. Everything that you are, a mage, all of that is true. Believe it. You are it. Within this human frequency for the first time. You are a unicorn in a human frequency for the first time. And some of you are multiple of those things within this human frequency. So you can experience multiple frequencies of oneness, the multi-vibrational beings you are. Now, witness what you can do by not deciding what it is, by not questioning it, by not having to know it, understand it, but by just being it. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and hold, and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and hold, and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, hold. Gitaresh talavarokir kiavir talavurit kiatash, and deep breath out. Keep breathing at ease. Raising your frequency to your unique soul. Integrating. Receiving. Aligning. Upgrade. Reboot. Crystallize and activate. Anchoring in, raising the frequency of Mother Earth Gaia to the source you are. Shift. Oneness. Connecting to the unknown. Receiving. The how. Freely, limitlessly, purely.